Have you ever had one of those moments? You walk into a room with a clear purpose and suddenly your mind goes completely blank. Or you are talking with a friend and the name of a famous actor, a book title, or a simple word is right on the tip of your tongue, but it just will not come out. It is a frustrating feeling, and for many of us as we get older, these moments can feel like they are happening more often. It is a natural part of the aging process, but that does not mean we have to simply accept it. What if the key to supporting your brain, protecting your precious memories, and maintaining your mental clarity was not a complicated medicine or a difficult regimen, but something much simpler? What if it was a common, humble, and incredibly affordable food that you can find in almost any market? In this video, we are going to explore exactly that. We will uncover the surprising science and the powerful nutrients packed into a simple ingredient that could be a game changer for your cognitive health. This is not about a magic pill. It is about using smart, natural food choices to give your brain the support it needs to thrive for years to come. Get ready to look at your plate in a whole new way, because we are diving into the world of brain-boosting foods, starting with a true superstar for seniors. Stay with us to discover how this everyday vegetable can make an extraordinary difference in your life. So, what is this incredible brain food we are talking about? You might be thinking of an exotic berry from a faraway jungle or an expensive supplement. But the truth is, the hero of our story is something much more familiar: the simple bean sprout. You have probably seen them many times. They are those white, crunchy, fresh shoots with a tiny yellow or green head, often used in Asian cuisine like stir-fries, soups, and salads. They are typically grown from mung beans, and in just a few days, these little sprouts become a powerhouse of nutrition. It is amazing to think that something so small and common can be so beneficial. For too long, bean sprouts have been relegated to the role of a simple garnish or a textural element in a dish, adding a nice crunch but not much else. But today, we are going to change that perception. We are going to look inside these sprouts and discover a concentrated source of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are specifically fantastic for supporting an aging brain. They are low in calories, easy to digest, and incredibly versatile in the kitchen. Think of them not just as a vegetable, but as a functional food, a food that offers health benefits beyond basic nutrition. So, let us move beyond the crunch and explore what makes the mighty bean sprout a true superfood for your brain. To understand why bean sprouts are so helpful, we first need to understand what is happening in our brains as we age. Think of your brain as the most sophisticated computer in the world. Over decades of use, it is natural for some processes to slow down a little bit. This does not mean anything is wrong. It is just a normal part of life. Several key things can happen. First, blood flow to the brain can sometimes decrease. Your brain uses about 20% of your body's oxygen and nutrients, so good blood flow is like having a clean, efficient delivery system. If that system slows down, the brain may not get all the fuel it needs to operate at its best. Second, there is something called oxidative stress. This is a process where unstable molecules, called free radicals, cause damage to your cells, much like how oxygen causes iron to rust. Your brain is very susceptible to this rusting because it uses so much oxygen. Finally, chronic, low-level inflammation can become a problem. Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or sickness, but when it becomes a constant background noise, it can damage healthy brain cells over time. These factors together can lead to the occasional forgetfulness and slower recall that many of us experience. But the good news is that we can influence all these factors through our diet, and that is where our humble bean sprout comes into the picture. So, how do we fight that rusting process or oxidative stress we just talked about? The answer is with antioxidants, and this is where bean sprouts truly shine. Imagine your brain cells are like beautiful, shiny new cars. Free radicals are like tiny particles of rain, dirt, and pollution that, over time, can make the car look dull and rusty. Antioxidants are like a high-quality car wash and wax. They neutralize the damaging particles and put a protective shield over the car to keep it looking new. Bean sprouts are rich in several powerful antioxidants, including a very well-known one, vitamin C. Many people think of oranges for vitamin C, but bean sprouts are a fantastic source too. This vitamin is a potent antioxidant that travels through your body and your brain, donating electrons to stabilize those dangerous free radicals and stop them from damaging your precious brain cells. By regularly including antioxidant-rich foods like bean sprouts in your diet, you are essentially giving your brain a daily detox and a protective polish. This helps to maintain the integrity of your brain cells, supports the health of the pathways they use to communicate, and can slow down the wear and tear associated with aging. It is a simple, natural, and effective way to defend your most important organ from the inside out. Every crunchy bite of bean sprouts is like sending in a cleaning crew to protect your mind. Now, let us talk about another key group of nutrients found in bean sprouts, the B vitamins, particularly one called folate, which is also known as vitamin B9. Think of your brain as a complex and powerful engine. An engine does not run on its own. It needs sparks from spark plugs and a steady flow of electricity to function. In your brain, B vitamins act as those essential sparks and electrical system. They are fundamental cofactors, meaning they are necessary helpers that allow all the important chemical reactions in your brain to happen. Folate, for example, plays a starring role in creating and maintaining your brain cells. It is also crucial for producing neurotransmitters, which are the chemical messengers that your brain cells use to communicate with each other. Without adequate folate and other B vitamins, this communication network can start to break down. You might experience what people often call brain fog, a feeling of mental cloudiness, poor concentration, and memory lapses. It is like having a poor internet connection in your brain. The signals are slow, weak, or get lost. By eating foods rich in B vitamins, like bean sprouts, you are ensuring your brain has the raw materials it needs to generate energy, produce these vital messengers, and keep your entire cognitive system running smoothly and clearly. It is a natural way to support mental sharpness and clarity from within. Moving on to our third brain booster, we come to a less famous, but incredibly important nutrient called choline. You can think of choline as a dedicated delivery truck and a master builder for your brain. It has two critical jobs. First, it is used to create a specific neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. This particular chemical is a superstar for memory, learning, and mood regulation. It is the key messenger that helps your brain form new memories and retrieve old ones. When levels of acetylcholine are low, the communication between brain cells responsible for memory becomes weaker, leading to forgetfulness. Second, choline is a vital building block for the walls of your brain cells, known as cell membranes. These membranes protect the inner workings of the cell and control what goes in and out, making them essential for the cell's health and survival. Your body makes a small amount of choline, but not enough to meet all its needs, especially as we age. This makes it an essential nutrient, meaning we must get it from our food. Bean sprouts provide a valuable dietary source of this brain-building block. By consuming choline, you are giving your brain the tools it needs to maintain the structure of its cells and to produce enough of the memory-making chemical, acetylcholine, helping to keep your mind sharp and your recall quick. Our fourth and final key brain benefit from bean sprouts is their ability to help fight chronic inflammation. Let us be clear, not all inflammation is bad. Acute inflammation is your body's natural and helpful healing response. If you sprain your ankle, it becomes hot, red, and swollen as your body sends healing cells to repair the damage. That is good inflammation. The problem for long-term brain health is something different: chronic, low-grade inflammation. This is not a dramatic response to an injury, but a silent, slow-burning, body-wide fire that can smolder for years. This type of inflammation releases chemicals that can be toxic to your delicate brain cells and can damage the tiny blood vessels that supply them with oxygen and food. Over time, this constant background fire is a major contributor to cognitive decline. The good news is that many of the nutrients in bean sprouts, including their antioxidants and other natural compounds, have strong anti-inflammatory properties. They work by neutralizing the pro-inflammatory chemicals in your body, effectively helping to cool down this internal fire. By regularly eating anti-inflammatory foods like bean sprouts, you are not just protecting your joints or your heart, you are actively creating a calmer, healthier environment for your brain to function in, shielding it from one of the most significant threats to its long-term health. This next point is so important that it deserves its own section. What is good for your heart is almost always good for your brain. The connection is direct and physical. Your heart is the powerful pump that sends oxygen-rich blood and vital nutrients throughout your body through a network of blood vessels. Your brain, despite being only about 2% of your body's weight, uses about 20% of the blood and oxygen your heart pumps. It is an incredibly energy-hungry organ. Therefore, the health of the blood vessels that supply your brain is absolutely critical. If these vessels become stiff, narrow, or clogged, a condition often related to heart health, the blood flow to your brain can be reduced. A starved brain is a struggling brain. The nutrients in bean sprouts support your cardiovascular system in several ways. They help maintain flexible and clear blood vessels, support healthy blood pressure, and their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties protect the vessel walls from damage. When you eat for heart health, you are also eating for brain health. By choosing bean sprouts, you are not just feeding your brain cells directly with vitamins and antioxidants. You are also ensuring that the vital supply line from your heart to your head remains wide open and efficient, guaranteeing your brain gets the steady fuel delivery it needs to perform at its best. Now that we know how wonderful bean sprouts are for our brain, it is very important to talk about how to enjoy them safely. Because of the way they are grown, in a warm and humid environment, bacteria can sometimes be present on the surface of any raw sprout, including bean sprouts. This does not mean you should avoid them. It just means you need to handle them with a little extra care. The first step is at the grocery store. Look for fresh, crisp, and white sprouts with a firm texture. Avoid any bags that look slimy, dark, or have a sour smell. Once you bring them home, proper washing is key. You should place the bean sprouts in a large colander and rinse them thoroughly under cool, running water. Gently move them around with your hands to ensure every sprout gets washed. This simple step can wash away a significant amount of any surface bacteria. For most healthy adults, this is perfectly sufficient. However, for seniors, whose immune systems may not be as strong as they once were, or for anyone with health concerns, there is a very safe and easy alternative: lightly cooking the sprouts. Cooking them for even a short time, such as adding them to a hot stir-fry or soup at the end of cooking, will eliminate any potential bacteria while still preserving most of their wonderful crunch and nutritional value. This way, you can enjoy all the brain-boosting benefits with complete peace of mind. Another fantastic advantage of bean sprouts, especially for a senior audience, is that they are incredibly easy to eat and digest. As we age, some of us may experience dental issues that make chewing tough or hard raw vegetables difficult and uncomfortable. Other times, our digestive systems can become more sensitive and fibrous vegetables might cause bloating or gas. This is where bean sprouts truly stand out. Their structure is very tender and watery, making them very soft and easy to chew, even for those who have trouble with tougher foods like raw carrots or apples. You do not need strong teeth to enjoy their satisfying crunch. Furthermore, because they are young and newly sprouted, Their cellulose fiber, the tough plant material that can be hard to break down, is much less developed than in a full-grown vegetable. This makes bean sprouts remarkably gentle on the stomach. They're a light food that provides nutrition without putting a strain on your digestive system. This combination of being both brain-healthy and senior-friendly is what makes them such a perfect food choice. They allow you to add a nutritious, whole vegetable to your diet without any of the challenges that sometimes come with other raw produce, ensuring you can get the benefits without any discomfort. Let us put this knowledge into practice with our first simple and delicious recipe idea, a quick and healthy stir-fry. This is a fantastic way to enjoy bean sprouts because it is fast, customizable, and cooking them lightly ensures they are safe for everyone to eat. Start by heating a small amount of a healthy oil, like olive or avocado oil, in a large pan or wok over medium-high heat. You can then add your favorite protein, such as thinly sliced chicken, tofu, or shrimp, and cook until nearly done. Next, add a variety of colorful vegetables that are also good for the brain. Think sliced carrots, bell peppers, broccoli, and mushrooms. Stir-fry them until they are tender but still crisp. Now for the sauce. You can make a simple one with low-sodium soy sauce, a little minced garlic, and some grated ginger. Pour the sauce over the ingredients in the pan and stir everything together. The final step is the most important for the bean sprouts. Add a large handful of them right at the end, just 1 to 2 minutes before you finish cooking. This brief cooking time is enough to make them safe, but preserves their delightful crunch and prevents them from becoming limp and watery. You end up with a vibrant, nutritious meal that is packed with flavor and brain-supporting ingredients. If you prefer a no-cook, refreshing meal that highlights the raw crunch of bean sprouts, then fresh spring rolls are the perfect option. These are not fried. They are soft, translucent rolls filled with fresh, vibrant ingredients. To start, you will need rice paper wrappers, which you can find in the international aisle of most supermarkets. The preparation is simple and fun. You dip one rice paper wrapper into a bowl of warm water for a few seconds until it becomes soft and pliable. Then, lay it flat on a clean surface. On the bottom third of the wrapper, place a few leaves of fresh mint or cilantro, which add a wonderful burst of freshness. Next, add a small bundle of cooked and cooled rice noodles or vermicelli. Then, add a row of your star ingredient, fresh, well-washed bean sprouts. You can also add thin strips of cucumber, carrot, and avocado for extra color, texture, and healthy fats. Now, carefully fold the sides of the rice paper over the filling, and then roll it up tightly from the bottom, just like a burrito. The result is a beautiful, soft roll packed with a satisfying crunch from the bean sprouts. These spring rolls are perfect for a light lunch or a snack, and they are delicious dipped in a simple peanut sauce or a sweet chili sauce. It is a delightful way to enjoy bean sprouts in their raw, most refreshing form. Our third recipe idea is perhaps the simplest of all, and it is a wonderful way to add a boost of nutrition to a meal you are already making. Think of bean sprouts as the ultimate fresh and crunchy soup topper. This method works beautifully with almost any clear broth-based soup, such as chicken noodle soup, vegetable soup, or a classic miso soup. The process could not be easier. You first prepare your favorite soup as you normally would. Allow it to cook completely so all the flavors meld together. Then, just moments before you are ready to serve the soup, take a generous handful of fresh, well-rinsed bean sprouts and simply sprinkle them right on top of the hot soup in your bowl. You do not need to cook them in the pot. The residual heat from the hot broth will gently warm the sprouts, wilting them just slightly while still preserving their wonderful crisp texture. This technique is brilliant for several reasons. First, it introduces a refreshing, cool crunch that contrasts delightfully with the warm, soft ingredients in the soup. Second, by adding them raw at the end, You ensure that all their sensitive, water-soluble vitamins, like vitamin C and B vitamins, remain intact and do not get destroyed by a long cooking process. It is an instant upgrade that makes your soup more interesting, more textured, and significantly more nutritious, turning a simple comfort food into a powerful brain-healthy meal. So, let us take a quick moment to recap the amazing journey we have taken with the humble bean sprout. We have learned that this everyday vegetable is far more than just a crunchy ingredient. It is a dedicated supporter of your brain health. We discussed the 4 key ways it helps protect and enhance your cognitive function. First, we have its powerful antioxidants, like vitamin C, which act like a protective shield for your brain cells, defending them from damaging oxidative stress, much like rust on metal. Second, we covered its essential B vitamins, including folate, which work like the spark plugs in your brain's engine, ensuring smooth communication between brain cells and helping to clear away mental fog. Third, we learned about choline, the crucial building block for the memory-making chemical messenger, acetylcholine, and for the very walls of your brain cells themselves. And fourth, we understood its role in fighting chronic inflammation, helping to cool down the slow-burning fires that can harm your brain over time. When you combine these direct effects with its benefit to your heart and circulation, you have a truly remarkable food. It is clear that making a small addition of bean sprouts to your diet can be a very smart and simple strategy for supporting your mind as you age. We hope this video has opened your eyes to the incredible potential of bean sprouts and given you some easy, practical ideas for enjoying them. Your journey to a sharper, healthier brain can start with a single, small choice on your next trip to the grocery store. If you found this information helpful and would like to see more videos like this, focusing on simple, natural ways to support your health and well-being in your golden years, please show your support. Hitting the like button below the video really helps us know what content you enjoy. And most importantly, consider subscribing to our channel and clicking the notification bell. It is completely free, and it means you will not miss our future videos, where we will continue to explore easy nutrition, healthy recipes, and wellness tips for a vibrant life. We would also love to hear from you in the comments section below. What is your favorite way to eat bean sprouts? Do you have a family recipe you would like to share? Sharing your ideas helps our entire community learn and grow together. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of your brain, nourish your body, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Stay sharp.